This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie Tee, here on behalf of the NFC East Super Friends, taking a trip around the NFC East. So, week 2 of the preseason is on the horizon, and I wanted to quickly put a nice, pretty bow on week 1 of the preseason for the Commanders. I've already talked about all the games very briefly, but the Commanders played the Jets in week 1 of the preseason, and not all was good. I told you about Jaden Daniels, the 11-play drive, the touchdown run, the 42-yard pass to De'Ami Brown, and et cetera, et cetera. Those were the highlights. The first team defense went out there, took care of business, got off the field. I told you that. But then there was Emmanuel Forbes and the lowlights. Forbes continues to struggle, as we know, first-round pick of the Commanders last year in the 2023 NFL Draft. I still want to reserve judgment on him to see how he fits in this scheme. They're not scheming up teams in the preseason and in training camp and in these joint practices, but every time you look up, he is getting his ass cooked. It's been rough for the kid, I must admit, but I am still hopeful that he can turn things around. Anyway, preseason game number 2 rather is on deck. Miami Dolphins are the next opponent for the Commanders. And so quickly, what I'm looking for in that game is for our first team on offense and defense to dominate. The Dolphins, I don't anticipate will play their starters at all in this game. And thus, we're going to play our starters. So I'm looking for us to go down the field and get some points. Touchdown, field goal. Doesn't matter to me. I prefer a touchdown, obviously, but just get something. Defense, 3 and out, get off the field, or force a turnover. That's even better, right? Take the ball away. But above all else, looking to see first team dominance on both sides of the ball from the Commanders. Make it quick and easy, in and out operation. Do your work, get active quickly, and then get out of there, right? Because we want to remain healthy. That is the biggest key for me and what I am looking for. I could get into the nerdy details. Go over to my channel if you're looking for that as to what else I'm looking for. But that is the cliff notes of what I'm looking for from the Washington Commanders in their second preseason game versus the Miami Dolphins. Let's take a look at the rest of the NFC East and the slate of games coming up in week 2 of the preseason. And before we get into what I'm looking for from the other teams in the division in week 2 of the preseason, I want to give a quick shout out to BetUS. Are you looking for a new sports book this upcoming football season? BetUS is the answer. Fastest payouts in the industry, 125% sign-up bonus for up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposits. Fast and easy deposit and withdrawal process. If you are looking for a new sports book, BetUS is the answer. And my link to take you where you need to go to make that happen is down in the description of this video. So with that said, let's take a look at the action. So the Eagles start things off on Thursday with the New England Patriots. The question is, are the Eagles going to play any of their meaningful starters? This would be the game if they're going to do it. And I wouldn't be shocked to see Jalen Hurts get out there for a possession. Usually they do that in the preseason, one game, and it's usually the second one. So I'm hopeful that we'll see something. Usually he goes out, he's really sharp, 5 of 5, 6 of 6, goes down the field, scores a touchdown, and then he's done. Let's see if that happens in this game. I'm also looking to see if Drake May gets out there. So I'm going to watch this game. Whether the Eagles do anything or not, Drake May's playing, and I want to see what he looks like. But I'm really looking to see if the Eagles are going to put their first team out there. Defensively, we've heard a lot about how, Vic Fangio is kind of running the show out there, and he's kind of transforming this Eagles defense and team. Really, I want to see what this defense looks like. I'd like to see some starters. We'll see if they mix it up or not. We'll see. Giants, they play on Saturday at 1 p.m. Question is, are we going to see Daniel Jones? Look, at the end of the day, you got this revamped offensive line. We could talk about the new weapons that they're surrounding Daniel Jones. Is he going to play or not? That's the million-dollar question. At some point, you'd like to see him, right? You'd like to see some of these new shiny toys that they have. You went out and got Brian Burns. Let's see him. You don't have to play him in the preseason if you don't want to. I get it, right? Um, no time like the present, though, to get some reps in and see what it really looks like. With joint practices happening, as long as they're joint practices, it's highly doubtful that you'll see them put their first team on the field, but you never know. I think CJ Stroud's going to be out there. He was out there last week. He scored a touchdown, one possession, in and out. Maybe he does it again. I'll be checking to see if he's out there, but I want to see if Daniel Jones is going to get some run or not. That's going to be what I'm looking for. And then a added bonus would be the defense get out there, first team unit, right? But I highly doubt it. We'll see what happens. Shane Bowen and company, want to see what it looks like. Doubt that we do, but I'd love to hear from you guys out there as to whether you think your team, if you're a Giants fan, if you're an Eagles fan, do you think your team's going to play their first team offense or defense in this game? Are you going to see some starters mixed in? May not be all of them, but some of them. Let me know. Leave it down in the comment section so I know what to look for. You got some guys that you want me to check out? Leave it down in the comment section. I'll be glad to look at your game and see what some of these guys look like if they're making noise at camp. And then lastly, the Dallas Cowboys. We already know what it is there. Trey Lance. They're not going to play any of their starters. They never do in the preseason. They always punt on the preseason, do the Cowboys. Highly unlikely that we see Dak Prescott at all. Highly unlikely that we see CeeDee Lamb. Well, he's not even on the team right now, right? He'll sign, I already said, he'll sign a long-term extension before the start of the season. But it's all about Trey Lance. They're not going to play their starters. We know that. And so looking forward to seeing what Trey Lance does. It was not good in the first preseason game versus the Rams. See if he can be a lot better his second go round. Same thing applies for Cowboys fans. If you have any players that, are on that second or third string that are playing good ball that you want me to check out, drop a name down there, right? If I have time, I'll check it out. But in any event, that's what it looks like. Every team, obviously, in the division, every team in the league is going to be on display in week 2. To what degree is the question? Commanders are going to play their starters. I can tell you that right now. How much will be determined by how successful and effective they are. But I can't say the same for the rest of those teams in the division. Leave a comment in the comment section telling me what you think your team is ultimately going to do. We know Dallas isn't playing their starters. What about the Giants and the Eagles? Any starters for your guys? Leave it down in the comment section. Anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie Tee, here on behalf of the NFC East Super Friends. Want to give a quick shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Once again, if you're looking for a new sports book this football season, BetUS is the answer. The link to the site is down in the description. My link will take you right where you need to go to find your new home for your sports betting. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie Tee, here on this installment of Around the NFC East. The best division in football, you already know what it is. Until next time, you guys, have a good one. Take care.